Good day, grade 9 learners. So before we're going to start our lesson for today, may I call on Mr. Florentino to lead us a short prayer. Amen. So before you're going to take your seat, please pick up all the letters and arrange your chairs properly. Okay, class, who is our secretary? Okay, Mr. Ayon, please check the attendance and pass it to me later. Is that clear? Okay, thank you. So let me introduce myself first. I am Randy Q. Ibana Jr., your health teacher for today. So before we're going to dive into our lesson for today, I have here my classroom rules. So first, raise your hand if you want to speak. Second, listen when someone is talking. Third, respect others. Be kind with your words and action. Fourth, put your phone in silent mode. And lastly, avoid unnecessary noises. Is that clear, class? Okay, thank you. So for you, class, to have a clearer idea about our topic for today, I have a list here for you to observe. So we have suffocation, extortion, abrasion, bullying, shoving, drowning, battering, burns, vehicular accident, and rape. So based on that list, class, what did you observe about it? Mr. Stilo? Very good. Those are types of accidents or injuries, which leads to our lesson for today, which is intentional and unintentional injuries. So class, for you to have a clearer and better understanding about these two types of injuries, I have a short video clip here for you to watch. Please watch, listen, and take down notes for you to have a clear idea and for you to have a clearer understanding and schema about our next activity. Is that clear, class? Okay.
Today in health class, we will be going over intentional and unintentional injury. The term intentional injury is used when talking about an injury resulting from something that someone did on purpose. Another term for intentional injury is a purposeful injury. An unintentional injury is inflicted on accident and it was unplanned. Another term for unintentional injury is accidental injury. These two concepts can sometimes be confusing, so today we will go over different types of intentional and unintentional injuries. This brings us to the section where we discuss types of intentional or purposeful injuries. The first type that we will discuss is harassment, which deals with aggressive, intimidating, or rude behavior towards another person. The most common types of harassment in school is verbal and cyberbullying. The next type that we will discuss is assault. This takes form through a physical attack on another individual. Common types of assault in school involve pushing, kicking, hitting, biting, and lots more. Suicide occurs when an individual inflicts an intentional injury upon themselves so harshly that they die. In regards to suicide, it is important for all of us to be very aware of what the people around us are saying in order to prevent any suicides. The best way to deal with intentional injury issues is to stand up for anyone being bullied and tell an adult. After taking a closer look at the types of intentional injuries, we can now take a look at the types of unintentional or accidental injuries. One common way for an unintentional injury to occur is from slipping or falling. Car accidents also pose a very large threat for unintentional injuries. But really, unintentional injuries happen in all sorts of ways. Just about anything you can think of. The best way to prevent unintentional injuries is to wear the proper safety gear and be aware of your surroundings. If you do find yourself in a situation where you have an unintentional injury, it's important to get help by calling for an adult or calling 911. In the end, the greatest preventative measure that we can take as students and teachers is to practice kindness and not be mean.
Okay, class, now that you have an idea about the intentional and unintentional injuries, I have an activity here for you to do. So, imagine yourself to be inside the places identified below, or recall any experiences you had being in those places. So, using the table, identify one example of intentional and unintentional injury you may encounter or you have encountered in the different places given on the table. Cite a specific situation for your answers. So write your answers on a 1/2 sheet of crosswise yellow paper and submit it to me after 5 minutes. Is that clear, class? Okay, you may now start the activity. Okay, class, time's up. Please pass your papers forward. Okay, class, I have another activity here to test how far you have come to our lesson for today. So here's what you're going to do. I have a 5 scenarios here and define or identify whether it is intentional or unintentional injury. Is that clear, class? Okay. Number 1. A farmer's child was accidentally poisoned by a pesticides. Number 2. A wife got black-eyed because she was hit by her husband. Number 3. A boy was hospitalized because of fraternity initiation. Number 4. Mary suffers ankle dislocation due to falling from stairway. Number 5. A student teased and taking his belonging by a group of students. So now, may I call on 5 students to answer the following. Okay, very good, class. The answer for number 1 is unintentional. Number 2 is intentional. Number 3 is intentional. Number 4 is unintentional. And number 5 is intentional. Very good, class. Now, please give yourselves a round of applause. Now, class, for your assignment, please write a reflection about our lesson for today and research more about first aid. And that's it for today. Thank you and goodbye, class.